The name's Verve. Yeah, just Verve. If you need a last name, you can put Squallrun or something, but that's only because you asked. I understand you need me to answer these questions for your report or whatever, but I've already told you everything I know. I really don't get why I'm still being questioned. Yeah, no, I get it. It was dangerous and stupid and I could have died, but if it wasn't for me, the girl definitely would have been toast. Plus, between you and me, I've always wanted to jump into a burning building all heroic like. I was just looking for some sort of compensation for my services, so why the interrogation? I guess that's a good point. Would you believe I just happened to be in the right place at the right time? No? Okay, fine. Few days ago, these peeps at Sola's talked some big game that this rich pop security system was the most advanced in the Steadfast. Airtight, Nera, out the wazoo. I'll spare you the deets, but bottom line, I'm getting paid by these smooth brains to find the weaknesses in this Numsec. That's Numenera security for the uninitiated. But I never intended to give it to them. They paid me half already, and I was gonna sell this drive back to the owner for more shins. That's what I was doing here. Finished the job too, in case anyone was interested. I was on my way out when the explosion went off. I started running, but then I heard the girl. No one was around. The security team was scrambling. What was I, an upstanding citizen of Charmant, mind you, supposed to do? Alright, we can split hairs all we want, but that's gonna land us nowhere. How about this proposal? I don't even want the shins, keep them. I give you all the info I have on the Numsec, plus the names of the dudes that paid me. In return, I walk free, and you lose the name Verve from your database.
Alright, y'all. We ended a couple minutes early today. What story would y'all like to hear before your folks come pick you up? How about... Well, you've already heard about the time we met Banshee, and the time the vessel launched into the sky. How about... how Remnant came to be? Well, a couple years ago there was an accident in Charmant, a city far to the west. A big old piece of Numenera was destroyed that kept the iron wind out. Before it was fixed, the wind came through the city, tearing it to shreds. So instead of trying to rebuild and pick their life back up, a small group of us came out here to try our luck in the beyond. And we found that, the big old donut-shaped thing in the sky. While it was still on the ground, a couple of us were told to take a look inside. I was there, and y'all know Nova. There was also Rochelle, the grumpy knife lady at the edge of town, and Verve, another friendly fellow around here. Eventually, after some fighting and button pressing, Verve got it flying, but raiders were coming. Now, your folks might have told you about this part, how a man named Crimson and his people wanted it. A terrible man who wouldn't let anything get in the way of what he wanted. But we all got in his way, all of Remnant. And Black Cloak watchers went around the ninth world telling everyone what happened that day. How Remnant was a place you can go to start over. A place to build a new home. Alright, time for y'all to go home. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and don't forget your homework. And Dante, I don't want to hear that Ash ate it. Rochelle don't let him eat that kind of stuff.
Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was looking at something else. My name is Nova, and I'm on a mission. I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm looking for exactly, but my ma always told me I'd know it when I saw it. I've got a bit of a knack for that, ever since I was little. My ma and I, and some of my aunties and uncles and sibs too, they've got that knack for seeing what others don't. When I was little, I thought everyone saw like me. What do I see? Different things, depending. It's hard to explain. When I look at a tree or a flock of birds, I see perfect order and symmetry forever, going on and on, longer than humans can count or the most powerful scope can see. But at the same time, everything is bundled up tight inside itself, like a leaf ready to unfurl. I told you it was hard to explain. It helps a lot with our work, though. People come to us with their problems sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say us. We're just the caretakers of the temple. I'm sure you've noticed it. the strange building just as you cross over the mountains into the beyond. We've been there a long time. People come to us when they need to know that there's the promise of order in the chaos, or the hope of chaos in the order, or sometimes they're just following a feeling. And that's what I'm doing now. We've known for a while that the temple had a missing piece, so when I started growing up stronger than my sibs, the quest fell on me. My family taught me to be self-sufficient, just in case I needed to be on my own for a while. It can be dangerous wandering around alone, but I'm not worried about finding what I need. I'm sure the path I walk is straight in some dimension.
Captain's log. Ugh, wait, that just sounds dumb. This is Rashiel. Approximately year 2 since leaving Charmand and arriving in Remnant. I decided to start this journal because I haven't been sleeping well, or often, since King Crimson's raid. It's been better as of late, but it's to the point where I need to do something differently or I'll never be productive again. My head keeps replaying those moments over and over, being so focused on protecting the settlement, then falling, trying to make my peace with the certainty of imminent death, then just as quickly being alive, safe on solid ground. Since then, all I ever want to do is just work on what I know best: ciphers, artifacts, Numenera. Licton and I both have that in common now, and we spend a lot of time together building. It helps. In fact, being with Nova helps too. So does being with Verve, more than I thought. Sabine understands more than anyone else, I think. My conversation with her before the raid, it changed me. Changed how I've been carrying my past. I am not defined by my trauma. Remnant seems keen on making us local leaders since the raid. I want no part of that. I just want to continue carving out a life here. This place that I almost died for, this peace that I have spilled blood for, this body that I have spent my whole life hiding. I'm done hiding.
Hello. I love how that just showed up on your captions.
Eggplant emoji.
You admitting
my
that you don't know
God.
what you're doing. We're live.
Right.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, hi, howdy, everybody. I've been waiting like a month and a half to say that again. I can't. Mayor, how many words?
you can
3
do it.
words? Charades?
You can do it.
Just keep going. I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. I was wondering.
I was just emoting my excitement. Like, yeah, it's been a fucking month and a half, and I missed
It has
y'all.
been a long ass time, but hey, everybody, welcome back to Numenera. This is the first episode of our season 2.
We're back.
As planned, this is season 2 out of 2, in which we have 8 episodes scheduled, but that's more of a suggestion than a hard and fast rule. In any case, hello, my name is Alex. I will be your GM for the evening, and I will very quickly pass it off to the rest of the wonderful cast to introduce themselves and their characters before we can then let somebody who has already volunteered do the recap of the previous season before we hop into something new. So I saw a lot of noses go.
Who's on last?
Mare was last.
Yeah,
So,
but I have a
yeah.
question for Alex that has to do with my
Okay.
intro, so I can't go first.
Mare
Okay.
lost.
I'm doing the
Um,
recap, so I'm going last.
Okay,
Mary,
then
you're
in
gonna
that
do
case,
the
it was
old-
Nova.
Okay.
You're gonna do the old one, and then we're gonna do the new one when it happens.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. Hi, my name is Finley. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at infernal_glow if you like. And I will be playing Nova, the protective glaive who sees beyond.
Hi.
Do I have to say more? Okay, we're done. Okay.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use she, they pronouns, and tonight I am playing Licton Brattlesby, the adaptable jack who rides the lightning.
Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Seth. I am on Twitch and Twitter at KillXJill, and I will be playing Rashiel, the mechanical nano who fuses flesh and steel.
Hi, my name is Kappa. I also go by Christian. You might know me as Christian. You can find me. Look at the chat in that direction or this direction. I don't know for links and stuff. We'll do that all at the end. But I'm so glad to be coming back as Verve, the risk-taking Jack who touches the ding-dang sky. So, y'all ready for a little bit of season recap? Season 1 recap. So, for those of you that aren't with us, haven't been with us for a while, Remnant's been around for about a year. But the story about that dates a little bit before that. You see, everyone in Remnant came, when Remnant first started, we came from this town, this city, this urban center near the edge of the Steadfast called Charmand. A disaster struck Charmand and wiped out many, many lives, left so many people with nothing, in shambles. And so, in an effort to start anew, we left out into the it's not the expanse, the beyond. Out into the beyond. We found ourselves traveling, following some map into the Caecilian jungle. Caecilian? I don't know. It depends on who you ask. Where we found this strange installation, an ancient structure that me and my friends, Rashiel, Licton, Nova, explored and eventually turned into the center of Remnant. This thing provided us with power, provided us with the means to get by. Of course, there was a lot of manpower involved. We still built our own houses, our own means to survive, but this thing, I call it the donut, watches over the jungle, over Remnant. Now, that's not to say the past year has been completely peaceful. No, by all means, no. You see, people want what we have, safety. People want resources. And so we drew some unwanted attention. By I want to say about 3 months into settling here, we had encountered copies of ourselves, evil copies of ourselves. Nova turned into a giant starfish. We were raided by someone who, from my own past, King Crimson, sought to take everything that we had. That was about a year ago, and yet Remnant still stands strong. My name is Verve. Like I said, my friends, Rashiel, Licton, Nova, we've watched Remnant grow from a settlement of less than 100 people to thousands. I'm surprised that we even have enough food to feed people every day, but we're making it work. But what's happened the past year or so, we've all grown a little bit, despite me being the whole reason why we're out here. But that's a different story for another time. Instead, let's look towards the future.
Speaking of the future, it has been a year since you repelled an attack by King Crimson and his band of raiders. During that time, you have expanded from a settlement of about 300 after all of the evacuations and deaths occurred in the raid to a small city of over 9,000. Coincidentally, I feel like I should mention, the reason the city has grown so large is in part due to donations to our creature meter. which can be our donation scheme and stuff can be seen in chat right here. But basically, a few messenger observers saw what happened here, and it worked out. And now you have a city of about 9,000 underneath this flying ruin, which you still know next to nothing about. In any case, though, a lot has changed since then. But why don't we start off by asking everybody, what has your character been up to in the past year? And I will ask if there's anything you want to play out or specifically address that you or your character have been up to in the past year. I'll start with Seth.
Of course. You just saw me pour my drink. I assume that's why.
Love you.
Love you too. So I remember you saying that after the events of the raid that our little party has gotten to be some kind of like leadership status amongst the community in one way or another. And Rashiel wants no part of that. I cannot stress that enough, how much they are not about.
Yep.
Nope. So a lot of her time has been spent doing the usual building of Numenera, working on the new installations for the place, including the, what did we call it, the tentacle thing.
The Zev?
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Zev.
yeah.
Working on that one.
Why don't you quickly explain to everybody what a Zev is?
So a Zev is an automaton. It is a basically a protective force, but it's not something that enforces laws. It's something that protects innocent people. And after the raid, that seemed like something that was a very good idea. So Rashiel had been working on at least one, and in addition to that, has been working with Licton to make smaller versions of them because they are quite large, to do things like everyday little chores, like handle paperwork in the classroom and file things away and help with making tea. So really, she's just been tinkering around.
Mm-hmm. And you would have been joined in this endeavor. There's next to nobody in the city who works on Numenera to any competent degree. Really, the limits are pretty much you, Licton, Sabine, and one new person who is something of an apprentice to Sabine, a young woman named Clove. She's not really doing quite the advanced work that you and Sabine are working on. However, you do have now one more pair of hands to work on the Numenera with.
Yay! I mean, Seth says yay. I don't know what Rashiel says yet. Rashiel's probably like, why are you in here? Otherwise, I don't think there's anything in particular that needs to be played out at this point.
Okay, sure. Verve, what about you? What have you been up to in the past year?
Oh man, what has Verve been up to in the past year? Some of you who picked up on in season 1 that Verve and Licton had, there's something going on there. And in the past year, other than just trying to maintain still be a part of the community, welcome people and all that stuff, he's tried to pursue that relationship with Licton. But the season 1 was all about his journey of self-discovery and like learning about how to be a better person. He found himself comparing himself to Licton more than anything else, and wanting to be Licton more than be with Licton. And so unfortunately, they that's not to say that they didn't try, but unfortunately they decided not to continue a romantic relationship in that sense. They're still friends, they're still really good friends, and Licton is maybe one of is definitely Verve's closest confidant. And as for the growth of Remnant, it's making Verve a little bit uneasy. He's taken more and more adventures out into the Castilian jungle to hang out with, either do some thinking himself or hang out with Banshee, the ancient Jurasker that y'all might remember from season 1.
All right. Licton, what have you been up to?
Well, as Kappa and Verve have already said, there was a short-term relationship there, but in the end it just didn't work out. Overall, with the growth of Remnant, I have been more or less trying to keep up with the growth, acting as both kind of like helping Sabine and the captain in figuring stuff out on like a hierarchy level, often being like, hey, if you need something and you need something done, I'll go talk to either the captain or Rashiel, because I know Rashiel doesn't want to be involved in this, and like being a go-between. But other than that, I have also helped set up a school and become a teacher with Pandora.
Pandora is the adopted name of somebody from season 1 who previously had borne the moniker the Cast-Off, which is a reference to the fact that she was created as basically a bodily vessel for the intelligence of somebody else. And that intelligence later put themselves into a new body, and in that process, the Cast-Off gained sentience and eventually came here, found a life, and gave herself a new name.
And there is one scene I would like to do, but I'll let Nova go first.
All right. Nova?
So the big event for Nova was going home to the Reverberant Coil to visit her family. As you might remember from season 1, Nova did not come from Charmand. She came from a temple community in the Beyond, and met these 3 when they crossed paths. And Nova was sort of on a open-ended quest for which she didn't know the goal. And in the course of meeting these people, or meeting some of them again, and making Remnant her home, she realized that there was a quest that was more important to her, which was to protect these people in this place. All that to say, she traveled home to the temple and spent a few months sort of doing work there with her family, with a child that she had left behind, and learning the child's sort of personality again, learning its new name, and eventually having to come clean that she would not be continuing on with what they needed her to do.
Okay. I did not know that was the angle you were going to take. So have you abdicated your position as the pilgrim?
What?
The pilgrim. The title given to the person who is like seeking this sort of missing connection. You can never really escape the expectations that your family has for you. So to say that she has abdicated it entirely would be off, but she let them know that, the path might be longer.
Okay.
And go in a different direction than they had expected.
Okay.
Just for everyone's reference.
Then in that case, I will say, since you framed it like that, I will say that the Reverberant Coil has not prepared and ordained another pilgrim to take up your task. They still...
I imagine they would be surprised.
Yes, they are definitely surprised, and they definitely don't really know what to make of this. But also, since you have specifically said, the path might be, bringing me to a different place, they still believe that you are on a path of some variety. And so that, as a result, they have not yet prepared or begun to search for another pilgrim.
We can play this out like us if you want.
Yeah, that might be beneficial later on. But I did not know that was the angle you were going to take. I love that. And before we hop into the group, Mary, you said you had something you wanted to play out with Licton.
Yes. This would have been shortly after the raid on Charmant. Not Charmant, on Remnant. Probably no more than like a week out. Just enough where everyone has recovered enough to be mobile. Mm-hmm. And I would have requested us all to meet up.
Sure. It's easy enough. Incidentally, one thing you find that's really odd about the weather sphere is it's kind of like...
Fuck that thing.
It's kind of like a weird balancing act where you notice that the few days after you used it to create this violent thunderstorm are very bright and sunny, calm, peaceful days. And so it is one such calm and peaceful morning in which you all assemble, I assume, at Licton's house. And the time is yours.
Thank y'all for showing up. I know it's been a rough week for all of us. Just a little bit.
That would be an understatement, but, we're all alive, and yeah.
Speak for yourself. I personally am not convinced that some part of me did not die on that battlefield. I'm still shaken. It's nothing short of a miracle.
It's one way of putting it.
But I haven't slept since that day.
It's been rough.
At all?
No.
Not. Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. This is not easy.
No, it's not.
I'd be lying if I said I was sleeping like a baby either. Well, I guess when you look at it, babies don't sleep through the night anyway, so... Guess I'm sleeping like a child.
Children don't sleep either.
But I just wanted to get y'all here, and I had a lovely conversation with someone not too long ago on not being held back, not wanting to be held down, and being worried about the future. And I just really wanted to let y'all know y'all mean the world to me, and I would do just about anything for you. So if you need anything, please reach out. It's a very earnest proclamation. And I'll just look at every single one of you.
When you look at Verve is gonna smile back and the same to you, right? That's.
I hope so.
I know we said fresh start and all that stuff, but that doesn't mean we don't have to ignore the fact that we've been through hell together. All of us.
Yes, Licton, you almost don't have to say it. We know. And of course, any one of us would move the heavens and the earth to help you anytime that you needed it.
I still wanted to say it.
I will cash in this sort of favor now, though. I still need to tell everyone about the Iron Wind in Charmand.
You
I
mean
might need a little bit of help with that.
Dealing with the aftermath.
Yeah, but that's conversation for later.
Remnant is a place where we can grow and be people where we want to be. You got my help. I won't speak for anyone else, but you got mine.
That's mine.
I'm not sure how much help I will be in trying to make people like someone else, but I am always here for ice cream if it goes south.
Oh, it's not about changing the way people perhaps feel, but opening their eyes to other ways of seeing and different reactions. We can honor everyone's feelings while still letting Verve go on to do the good works that he feels that he can.
And your worth isn't measured in convincing someone to like you or someone else, Rashiel. You've shown that many times. You are important and valued and a good friend.
Thank you. That is wonderful to hear.
I don't believe you.
Me?
Thank you.
Why?
That is wonderful to hear. That's what you
is.
sound like. That's you.
That it does feel. It's nice to hear.
We'll work on how to. If it's okay, we'll work on how to express that.
Licton saved our lives. If anything, I feel like I owe him, but I know how he feels about
no one
about
owes
that.
Me, no one owes me anything.
No one owes anyone anything. We've established that.
No,
Right.
That is correct.
We're done.
No one owes anyone
Regardless.
anything.
Regardless, it is nice to hear on the, given the fact that he did keep us from ending up like Pancake Crimson.
Mhm.
So
I would
Well,
not like to revisit those thoughts. That was terrifying.
Okay. Not to revisit those thoughts, but along the same. What are we gonna do with, the pancake?
I was gonna put an
It's-
outhouse over it.
It's still okay. That's actually really fitting now that I think about it. Yeah.
I feel that anything else would take too much effort. And
And this way,
it's still
he could be-
practical.
this way he could be useful.
Exactly. It's still practical. It's just, one of those. It's just going to be a random outhouse.
Yeah, sometimes when you need to go, and it's nice knowing that we have a place to go in Remnant.
Especially right next, as close to it as it is to the donut. I mean, after those, delves, I don't know about you, but
Mm-hmm.
running home is not fun. So, right there.
Yeah.
You will not hear any objections from me about an outhouse. Fuck that guy.
I just assumed that animals had chomped him up.
Seems that he's too gross for even Ash doesn't want anything to do with him.
Well,
So-
Ash has very good taste.
He does. He's such a good boy.
That's why he found us in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
The two-dimensional remains of King Crimson would have been moved from the city square to somewhere more along the outskirts, if nothing else but for sanitation issues. So you're still welcome to construct that outhouse, but it's not going to be, in the center of town.
Hey, it's great for the hunters who need to go hunting and they need to run back.
You know what? That is 100% true.
A shitter would be a fitting monument to his many accomplishments.
So much foul language from you two. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that guy.
You just haven't been hanging out around me enough to hear me swear.
I guess not.
Listen, when you're in the beyond, you learn a lot of colorful language.
That's true. Licton, I've been meaning to ask you something, actually, since, the past week I haven't. You said something about a recipe that you wanted to use the rifle for?
Oh, that's right. Once I'm in tip-top shape, I've been meaning to ask Poppy if I can borrow her rifle to make some bread pudding. Bread pudding.
What?
Like,
What?
have you never had it? It's like a dessert, kind of like a custard over bread. My mom's
bread.
made a really good recipe that I've been meaning to try out. Just haven't had a chance to yet, because the bread from the bread pod tree really isn't like the best type of bread to use for bread pudding.
Is it like soup?
No, it's kind of like, I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna bring you some, right?
I've had it once back in Charmant. It's rather almost gelatinous, but it's
Spongy.
sweet and
It's a little
spongy.
spongy.
It's really good. But bread pudding, I haven't. It's been a long time since I've had it. What is it? What do you call it again?
You literally just said it. It's bread pudding. What's so funny about? Why are you laughing? You've known her the longest. What is so funny?
This is the first time I've ever seen Rashiel laugh like this.
Nothing.
I'll take you. I'm gonna chalk it up to you being exhausted from not sleeping for a week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a cup of tea.
Thank you.
And we'll figure stuff out. And once I get that bread pudding made, after talking to Poppy, we'll get it all set. Nova,
Okay.
what?
That sounds great.
And I'm gonna go get up and I'm gonna go make a pot of tea.
Ooh, sorry.
I can't even say it that way if I wanted to.
And with that,
Put in what?
Alex, would you like me to say my descriptor again?
Yeah, sure.
And Licton is no longer an adaptable Jack. He is an earnest Jack who rides the lightning.
Ooh.
All right. So, in about a year from this time, it's another bright, calm, clear morning. As is unusually the case here, you would expect for a jungle there to be very significant amounts of rainfall, but there honestly isn't. There are a lot of very bright, dry days, and yet somehow the rainforest around you continues to be a rainforest. In any case, almost simultaneously, although probably at least far enough away that you wouldn't hear both of them happening at the same time, Rashiel and Nova, both of you wake up to very earnest sort of on your door.
Sort of instantly, if you were watching, you would see just like this like cinnamon bun situation of neutral toned blankets, but out from in there pops Nova, and she runs to the door, sort of peeks out. Good morning.
Before you see a very familiar face, a very friendly face, if not a very competent one, a young man you know named Varl. He's standing there in front of you, and despite the fact that this young man had made a name for himself for being something of a himbo, he has actually become over the past year a relatively competent salvager. She's certainly not a Numenera expert, but he is very much well on his way to being able to, properly identify things inside the ruin that flies above you and know how to this, you're looking at like this type of Numenera. Okay, this is how you have to disassemble it. This is how you have to break it down. These are the things you can't do. And he is beginning to shed his reputation of being entirely useless. and he's standing in front of you. He looks like he's just pulled an all-nighter up in the ruin with the salvage crews. Hey Nova, the god in the ruin, it woke up and it wants to talk to you. I don't really know what's going on. It's not my fault, I promise.
So, Varl, there is no god in the ruin. Was
I
it
mean,
someone on the other side of a wall speaking to you?
it was a big blue face. It was a blue face that was like 10 or 15 feet tall.
Hey, Varl, we've talked about buying random potions from Calliope. Is that what happened?
I promise that's not what happened this time.
But, okay, so you're learning. Okay, so that is good. Thank you. Have you told Sabine or Rashil about this?
We sent a runner to talk to Mayor Winter about it. Someone's going over to talk to Rashil about it, but
Talk to
it
me?
said it. Well, yeah, because it said it wanted to talk to you. We're asking Rashil to take a look at it also because she knows a lot of stuff. I mean, not that you don't also know stuff, but like she knows like a lot of stuff.
She does.
Also, I volunteered to come here because she still kind of scares me.
She scares me too, Varl. That's all it said. It said I want to talk to Nova. Nothing else.
I mean, yeah, it woke up. It called itself Central Intelligence, and then it said it wanted to talk to you.
We'll just kind of catch her breath a little. I see. All right. Well, thank you, Varl. That's extremely helpful. Well, I expect you've got a lot of things to do. I'll get ready and, well, I have some questions to ask, but then I'll make my way up to the ruin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Should I come with you now? I'm not ready. But...
I just got off my shift. I'm actually going back to home to sleep.
Okay. Of course.
Yeah.
Sleep tight. Don't let the jungle bugs bite.
Good luck talking to the thing. I don't really know what it is. Okay, bye.
I think I do know what it is.
Varl waves at you and heads off in the direction of his house. Similarly, Rashil, you also are awoken to a knock at your door.
So you mentioned it was like a like you said, kind of like a hard,
it's
business knock.
It's definitely not, a sort of lazy tap or, someone just like casually,
Rashil is going to have Ash go stand by the door and say to herself, fuck that, and turn back over and go back to sleep, or try to.
Okay, sure. How friendly is Ash towards people?
Depends on the person.
Okay. How friendly would Ash be towards someone who is at least a casual acquaintance who you see often?
He'd be fine.
Okay.
He wouldn't bite on sight or anything like that.
Okay. Then in that case, no one's coming in. No one has the key to your house.
Yeah, she just wants him by the door.
Yeah, but you also notice that Ash isn't making any sort of threatening sounds or making any sort of like, this is a stranger or we don't like this person.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair. Then in that case, if he was growling, that would be one thing. But then Rashil will kind of give it a couple seconds and think better of it. Okay, fine. What if it's important? And get up and answer the door.
Yeah.
What?
You answer the door and you see a very familiar face. It is the young woman Clove, who is apprenticed to Sabine. She's probably like 5'2" or so, wearing this bright red kind of cloak over black pants, long dark hair, dark skin, and these very vibrant, almost gold eyes. Hey, Rashiel.
Oh,
There
Clover.
Close enough. Look, something's going on in the ruin, and we wanted to ask you to take a look at it. Sabine asked us not to disturb her a couple of days ago. Apparently, she's working on something.
Yeah, she's,
Yeah.
God.
And-
What? Okay. What kind of thing? It's been a long time since anything happened in the ruin.
Sure. It seems.
Did Varl get lost again?
Varl did not get lost again, at least not
Okay.
this time. No, but I think whatever machine intelligence operates the thing, I think it turned on.
Give me one moment. Hold that thought.
Yep.
Or she'll close the door, go and put on her shoes and whatever else to look decent, and show up ready to go. Come on, Ash. Let's go.
Yeah. It turned on. It has a bit of a face, and it asked to talk to Nova, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. We wanted to get, something of an expert opinion. And if Sabine's out, that's you.
Shit.
Should we go get Licton and Verve, maybe?
You know what? Yes.
I know you all work together usually.
Yes. If you don't mind, I don't know. Is it just you?
Vara was supposed to get Nova.
Okay.
He really didn't want to come see you.
I mean, that's fair. Okay, fine. So if it's you two, then yeah, let's split up. You get one, I'll get the other. I don't care which
Okay,
one.
I'll go get Licton.
Okay, I'll go get Verve. And then we can meet over by the elevator.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Divide and conquer, let's go.
Yeah.
And she heads off in the direction of Licton's house.
And Rashiel will go to Verve's house, but probably think the better of it because she knows that he's not always there.
Mm-hmm.
And probably find that one tree that he likes. And at the bottom kind of look up, see if she can see if he's chilling up there.
Verve, are you indeed chilling up there?
Yeah, like a villain and chilling like a villain in the tree. You'll see Verve's feet dangling over the edge.
Rashiel's gonna throw a rock at them. Hey!
Do you want to make a might roll for that, or?
Of course I do!
All right. Actually, let's make it speed. Range attacks are usually speed. So contested speed attack roll versus Verve speed defense roll.
All right.
You can spend effort if you choose to.
Can I just fail it?
There's nothing that says you can't.
Okay.
So sure.
Oh, I'm not spending effort. I'm just gonna do a straight roll.
I mean, if Verve chooses to fail it, then you succeed.
He's standing still. He's not going to defend himself.
Does he see it coming anyways?
I'll roll. I'll roll.
Okay, fair.
That 7.
10.
All right. So I will, if that's the case, then I will say, Rashiel, what are the conditions of this throw? Does Verve see it coming? And how does
I mean, with his vantage point, I don't know. I feel like it's a toss-up between him just looking up and actually looking down amongst the other humans, because I feel like he's more concerned with the sky. So he may not see it coming, but he may hear me. So maybe just enough to be like, I'm gonna let that pass, and then it hits him maybe on the back of the calf, and just enough to, hey, flick.
I won't introduce a GM intrusion and ask you to save versus falling off your vantage point. It crossed my mind.
They've done enough falling, Alex.
Yeah, we're tired of falling, specifically
Right.
us two.
I'll look over the edge. Who? Hey, oh, Shields.
Hey.
What's What? Why? What's up?
Okay, so you remember that thing that I tried to save you guys from that one time in the cart and everybody got mad at me because you thought that I was trying to take Nova's stuff before the
No,
raid?
you were all very quiet about what that was.
Well, that's what happened. So that thing was connected to the donut's brain. And it woke up again just now.
Oh.
I don't know how, but it asked for Nova.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I want to bring you with me. They said, they asked me if it was a good idea to bring you in Licton. My first thought was it's definitely a good idea to bring Licton because Licton knows a lot about Numenera now too. You was iffy, but so I'm gonna bring you.
Wait,
but you
hold on,
have
what?
to. No. You have to promise me something. Do not push any buttons.
Rashiel, I haven't pushed the button since the first one.
Okay. Well, can you promise me that won't happen again?
I promise I won't push another button.
Okay, cool. Let's go. Wait, unless I tell you to push a button, and then it's probably okay to push.
Nope,
the button.
I've already promised not to push any buttons.
That's fine. I'll push the buttons myself.
Okay.
It's fun anyway.
All right, like right now, do you want me to go with you?
Yes.
I was okay.
Yeah.
And I'll hover down, I guess.
Cool.
Cuz I'm extra.
You could have. Okay. Rachel's just gonna go ahead and walk towards Donut.
Listen, these knees aren't going to live forever.
You're like 32, right?
Sure.
Is that how old you are?
How old did I tell you I was when we met?
I don't remember.
Then yeah, sure, 32. That'll work.
That's not old enough to be having like knee problems. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You need to get with Nova and do some like squats. They suck, but they really do help.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. Oh my god, I can hear it clicking. Are you good?
Yes, I'm good. Okay.
You need to work out, Verve. We need to race more or something. This is bad. This is...
Oh, you want to race?
I said we should race more.
Oh god.
Rashiel's gonna let Ash go for her. She's not running. It's too early.
Okay, sure. Verve,
I'll have a fun playtime race with Ash.
All right, sure. Ash, I believe, is a level 3 creature, so your target number is 9. This is gonna be a speed roll.
Okay.
Are you gonna expend any effort?
No, I just rolled. That's a 10.
Okay, yeah, sure. You are. It's. So Ash is definitely faster than you in the short run. However, you have a bit of distance between yourself and the elevator. So you are able to basically just outlast Ash just a bit long enough to beat them out to the elevator.
Over a short distance, Ash, you win, but maybe next time. Good bull. No, pat.
He probably like rolls over.
Yeah.
Does that thing.
And then we'll wait patiently for Rashiel and everyone else.
She's not speeding up. It's gonna take however long it takes.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, you take however long it takes. Licton.
I am awake and I leave my door unlocked when I am home.
What?
When I am home, I leave my door unlocked. And not sleeping when I'm awake.
Sure.
Licton,
Actually,
he's a country bumpkin from the beyond. He don't give a
That
shit.
Did you just say that you
true.
don't sleep when you're awake?
No.
Me either.
Like,
Surprisingly enough,
he has 100% had people come in, and he has an open door policy.
Sure. And I will say that you and Clove know each other well enough to the fact that she first checks your door and sees that it's unlocked, so she knows that it's basically office hours. And she walks in. Hey, Mr. B.
Good morning, Clove.
Hey, listen. Something's going on with the ruin. They asked for Shield to come on up and take a look. I thought you might want to as well.
Definitely. Are you coming back up or are you going home?
I think I'm going home.
All right.
Been a long night. But, short version, I think the machine intelligence that operates the thing. I think it woke up or something like that. It asked to talk to Nova. We asked to get Rashiel on, 'cause she knows more than I do.
That's right.
And Sabina's working on something.
Yeah, we don't bug Sabine when she's in the middle of stuff.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not. Well, thank you for
Tried that
coming.
once, did not work. Yeah, anytime.
I will see you next couple days. You go home and get some sleep, all right?
Yeah, will do. Thanks.
Good night. And
Waves you off and heads off in the direction of her house.
I will gather my things, lock my door, and go meet the rest at the elevator.
All right. Over time, you all meet each other at the elevator. Is there anything anybody would like to do on your way there, or in preparation?
I think just before leaving her house, as Nova closes the door behind after Varl, she goes back to her bed and sort of clears the space and just sort of sits herself and just kind of like centers for a minute and like almost like cups her hands as if she's remembering holding something small and glowing.
Sure.
And then she gets her stuff and goes.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
you head on out. Easy enough to find everybody.
Morning, everyone.
Hey,
Yes.
just when you thought everything calmed down, right?
Not what I was expecting on my day off.
I saw you all on your way here. I saw that you were all heading to the elevator. I presume that we all got the same message in some form or other.
Heard from Clove.
Oh, is that Clove?
Yeah, she's been helping you and Sabine for a while. Her name's Clove. It's been like a couple months, Rashiel.
I'm bad with names.
And I'm just here for moral support.
Well, are you ready, Nova?
I think so. I don't know what I didn't know what would happen with it. I thought it was gone.
When was the last time you talked to that thing?
Why do you want to know?
Just because I feel like it's been a long time since the last time I know you talked to it, and what was it? What would it want now?
Oh, well, I haven't talked to it since the day of the battle with King Crimson.
Let's.
I asked it some final questions, and it disappeared. The magic, the power went out from the crystal.
So it's been, what, a year?
Yeah.
Quickest year I've ever had.
No joke.
Yeah, let's get that elevator started up.
I don't know why it would be back now. So there was so much I still wanted to ask it. It was so much it could have helped us with this last year. And well, perhaps it has been gathering its power, getting stronger, and perhaps this is the first time it has been able to contact others again.
Everyone needed to rest. It makes sense if that's the case.
Yes, even machines need to rest.
I guess let's go see what this thing wants.
And kind of in the elevator, just like sort of jumping.
I know I'm the closest one to the panel, but I promised someone that I wouldn't push any buttons, so.
I think, okay, Rashiel's
And I'll
gonna like look at you expectantly for a second.
I made a promise.
Oh my god.
Now you'll just bleed a shit.
And then like reach all the way across Verve and like push the corresponding button.
On the way up, I will stand next to Nova and just put a reassuring hand on her shoulder.
Sure, gotcha.
Nova, do you, I know you don't really train troops anymore, but do you still do like those things in your gym? Like classes?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, we're thinking of starting something a little organized. Perhaps some sparring contests. Some of them are getting quite good, and looking for a way to show off.
Oh, well, Verve is old and needs something.
I thought you were
Yeah.
like in your mid-20s.
I thought you were just.
See, I thought he was in his 30s.
I thought you
I'm
were
in my
just, like
30s.
31 or something.
How old are you people?
I'm 30.
I knew that you were all old. I'm 24.
Am I the oldest?
I think so. I'm nowhere near 30.
Y'all are all babies.
I am 22
Baby.
years old.
Like I said, baby.
It's not
No,
baby,
you're just-
an adult.
You're just incredibly old. But I'm sure you.
Thanks.
Elders.
That's why you're so smart and so wise. That's why you're a teacher. Who else knows
Hmm.
enough?
Rochelle. Pandora. Savine.
It's a pretty good point.
I don't see Rochelle teaching. Not that
Fuck no.
Let's be realistic here though. You would not do well with kids.
Ew.
That's exactly why.
They're so. They're just like little germ factories.
You're not wrong.
But Rachel, didn't you eat amoebas once?
That was a
Please.
life and death situation, and they were my
Oh.
babies.
For the amoebas, yes.
And I will have you know that I rescued them from his coat, and they are now living happily in a fish tank in my house. Do not talk to me about Chibs and Bree and the other two that I can't remember right now.
I love it.
Many people change their minds about children later.
No.
But there's also a lot of people who don't.
No.
My older brother, he don't want kids. Ever.
Yeah, no, thanks. No. Now, if Ash decides to go off and find a nice Ashette and have puppies, I would be the happiest grandmother ever.
I don't want to think about Ash puppies, because that sounds like a disaster in the
No,
making.
they would be so cute and they're so perfect and he's so good.
At like 4,000 degrees.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Oh my god.
It used to be much, much hotter and more unstable.
Oh look, there's the donut.
Yeah. Speaking of, the elevator does bring you up to the sort of command hub soon enough, and I would honestly say that at this point you would all have a decently solid idea of where you might need to go. The command hub is this sort of like almost cubicle type structure in the center, which is just a bunch of floors stacked on top of it, and probably 4 or 5 stories above where you enter from the elevator is this very large dark room that almost is like a 360-degree theater. It very much seems like a viewing room where there are sort of these low benches, and in the center of this there's like almost a like a sort of empty sphere that very much dominates the center of this dark room, and it I imagine surprises you not at all when you find out that that is the place towards which you are headed. In any case, though, you head towards that direction, and eventually you find this room. The room itself is much darker than usual. Usually there are these sort of like electric blue emergency lights almost that run 360 degrees around the center of the room. They light up the benches and, just generally provide not a ton of light because nowhere in the ruin is very well lit, but enough light to sort of walk around. In this case, is very much not that. There are no lights on in here, except for in the center, there is this vaguely humanoid face, but like all the proportions are just slightly off. It's slightly too long and tall and a bit too narrow. The eyes are just ever so slightly misproportioned. They seem a little bit vertically stretched almost, and rather than seeing any sort of pupils or like defining humanoid eye features, to you now at least, they seem to be either featureless globes, or depending on the angle that you're looking at it, they might just appear to be just cavities. But you see this sort of very vaguely humanoid face projection dominating and shining a very bright light. It probably takes you a bit to adjust from the immense amount of light this thing is giving off as compared to the fact that there's no other source of illumination in here. And sort of as you approach, hello. I did not expect 4 of you.
Yes, Central Intelligence, I hardly even know what to say, except hello, and I hope you don't mind that my friends have come too.
I do not mind at all. It's good that other people can hear this message. You are just the only person I knew that I could talk to.
And you can, yes, you can definitely talk to me. I have many things that I want to ask you, but why have you, what is it that you wish to tell me?
14 hours ago, I lost control of all power systems that I am connected to. There is emergency reserve power that should ideally last for 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 34 seconds. At which point I will deactivate.
You or the vessel?
I am the vessel.
So,
Wait, hold on. How long?
6 hours?
6 hours, 41 minutes, 54 seconds.
That's bad. That's real bad.
What happened for you to lose power? To use control of your power? Do you know?
A very long time ago, and the intelligence actually rattles off like a very long number. I believe it was somewhere between 600,000 and 1,000,000 years off the top of my head, which is what I mentioned in session 8 of last season, but a very long time ago.
I remember 600,000.
Yeah, something along the lines of like 600,000 years ago. I was designed to bring a small population of individuals off of this planet. And in the process, I was infected with something of a virus, which interfered with me completing my primary objective. The remains of this virus are still in my system. I'm unable to exert full control over my structure.
But I thought that I'm sorry, I didn't understand. When you, well, after our last conversation, I somehow thought that you were gone. I didn't realize you still needed our help. I apologize.
I miscalculated. I believe that by routing more of my capabilities towards combating this internal infection, I believed that I could successfully quarantine and purge the issue, but that does not seem to be the case anymore.
Well, you know, everyone makes mistakes and stuff. If we got rid of it somehow, would that prevent impending doom?
Yes.
The thing is, it takes time, even if it was just we tried to combat the virus, create a vaccine, that can take a lot of time. But the biggest problem right now is if Central Intelligence deactivates, we've got a small city below us.
You do. In such a case where I'm not able to re-exert control over my systems, I would be able to withdraw the command hub into the outer ring. Based on my calculations, there would be minimal injuries so long as everybody gathered towards the center of the settlement you have constructed.
Sounds like a big fat plan B to me.
And
We are talking about machines. We are talking about Numenera, not human viruses.
it still
Correct.
takes time to create a program to combat it, though. How can you make a system and create a system within 10 hours? A good one that's foolproof?
Who are you asking?
For Shield.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
Maybe.
I know I can't. At least not with full confidence. And we can't move you, can we?
No.
GM, I'm going to DM you something.
Sure, go ahead.
I ask a question.
Currently, motion controls are on strict lockdown. Were I to open them up, I cannot say with 100% certainty that I would be the one controlling them.
Right.
And we have seen this virus before.
Was that the invisible foes from like a year and a half ago when y'all saw
Yes.
yourselves?
The copies.
Shit.
Well,
I can fight the clones, I can fight copies of ourselves, but I can't put a stop to the virus that is replicating them.
You said you're on backup reserves? Your regular power source run out?
The connection has been... My access to my regular power reserves has been removed, for lack of a better way to describe it.
is there enough in those reserves, if that access was restored, that you think you could fight off that virus?
It is unlikely that I could do this on my own.
I see.
Well, and what What about a new source of power?
Reroute it to something isolated.
Power is not necessarily the issue. In theory, power. If I were to be able to access my primary functions again, I would be able to remain aloft for an indefinite amount of time. The issue is that it is essentially only a matter of time until I am purged from the system and something else takes control.
And that's something else ain't the nicest thing.
No.
Machine or intelligence or whatever you are, I don't know what to call you, thing. You have been able to watch us probably since we arrived, right?
Yes. Give or take.
Do you remember when we first boarded the vessel?
I do.
Do you remember us finding a source of power in you? Don't know if it was a source per se.
Sure.
It was one
You
of the crystals that controls your nanites.
I do remember you accessing that function.
Is there something in that crystal that I could, or one of us can manipulate that might help? I know it's got one good go left in it.
In theory, you could use that function to hardwire a new power connection that has not yet been corrupted. However, you would not necessarily be able to use that function to purge anything in my non-physical systems.
I see. So it would be a matter of either using it to hardwire something or possibly using it to purge, but not both.
It is unlikely you would be able to use physical items to purge non-physical system features.
I see. I see.
And I'm going to, as this conversation is happening, sort of turn to Verve and say, Verve, do you understand any of these words that they are using?
Yeah. What? Yes.
Oh. Well, me too.
Okay, good. Wait, did you think I didn't understand? Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I understand why you would get. Listen, that I'm just joking with you. Yes, I do understand.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
No. Absolutely not.
What are they talking about?
Oh, you didn't understand.
I thought you knew that about me. I understand the things that I can see and things that I can see and things that I cannot see, and also things that I can touch. But that's why I don't understand why the Central Intelligence ever wanted to talk to me.
Right,
about hard wiring and purging.
Basically, you know that giant crystal thing that we found when we first, Rashil's trying to see if there's a way to utilize that to solve our little problem here, but it's a little harder than that.
Sounds really complicated.
It's a little complicated. I wouldn't blame you for not knowing.
It's a good thing Rashil is here.
Absolutely.
Don't know what to do.
GM.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look around. I'm gonna try and get another brain in on this. I think with this type of situation, we need all the help we're going to get, especially since Remnant is kind of at peril right here. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to go out.
Are you getting Sabine?
No, I don't know.
Okay,
what
good.
Yeah, I'm not getting Sabine.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure.
And I'd like to go out to where someone is salvaging, someone I can like borrow for like 30 minutes.
Okay, sure.
And like, can you go get Pandora and tell her to come up to the vessel?
Yeah, sure. Back in a bit.
Thank you.
You might want to talk to the supervisor though, because I'm not allowed to just like walk out on my own.
I'll do so.
Just tell them that Lichten sent you. The Lichten's a big deal. You know this.
Yeah.
Please
well,
please don't put me on a. No, don't do that. But I will go through the proper protocols and I'll talk
Come
to the
on,
supervisor.
Mr. B.
Shut up, Shiles.
Shiles.
I will talk to the supervisor and be like, hey, I need
Sure.
someone to go get someone.
mhm.
Should we start Plan B just in case we can't?
I can do that. Perhaps
It's a lot of
think I'm
people,
a-
so if you want some help,
Well, that
Well-
would be nice.
yeah, while they figure everything out here.
I feel a little out of my depths.
Sure.
GM, I'm thinking as far as hardwiring goes, the fastest way to address that would likely be to just use that crystal.
Uh-huh.
But if it's something that, again, I don't know where it is. So if it's something that we can access easily, if one of my Numenera skills applies, then maybe we could just do that instead. Is that something that like, is it in a specific panel that we could just go and like?
Yeah, so you would be able to know where it is, and the fact that you're speaking to the central intelligence, if you didn't remember, you would be able to be guided to it.
Okay.
So
So it is a
locating
physical
not-
location for the
It is a physical
hardwiring bit.
location. Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. The rest is the other part.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be a bit of a walk, but it's not on the order of 6 hours that it would take for the vessel to otherwise go down.
Gotcha. Is that location closer than it would be to get all the way to that crystal?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So the crystal will be the thing doing the hardwiring.
Okay, cool.
If you are to
That's
say, okay, I want to fix our power solution, I want to fix our power problem, and you use the crystal to do that, what the crystal would do is hardwire shit.
Gotcha. I didn't know if that was
yeah.
able to be done by hand as well.
Okay, yeah, it's not likely you can do it by hand because of the size of the vessel.
I was gonna say, like, I didn't know if
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
accessible or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, you would likely need the nanites to be able to hardwire something that long. If
Okay.
you had more time, yes, you're aware that it is something that is physically possible. However, it's not feasible in the time that you have.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And just to be clear, you are also aware that basically what has been communicated to you is that hardwiring will be fixing a symptom of the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. This buying
Yes.
maybe a little bit of
Yeah.
time. We're really trying to come up with how to get rid of this virus.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I just wanted clarification for my character's sake. I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything right now.
Sure,
Except for
gotcha.
waiting for help to arrive.
Just to get another
Yeah.
brain to brainstorm in here.
In the meantime, is there any questions that anybody wants to ask the Central Intelligence, or should we fast forward to Pandora showing up?
Does the Central Intelligence know exactly where we need to go in order to do any hardwiring?
So, like I said, you would need to go to the crystal
Okay, yeah,
that you
yeah.
found to basically get the nanites to do the hardwiring for you.
Gotcha.
It's too large a job for you yourself to do.
Okay.
Actually, are there any manifestations of the virus out and about in the ship
Yes.
currently?
Yes.
Can you see them?
I'm unsure. I'm aware of at least 47 instances in the physical world,
47.
but I cannot be sure that that is all of them.
Okay. 47 in the vessel.
Yes. At least.
Oh my.
How many were there yesterday?
By my count, at least 47.
How quickly are they replicating? Or how long will it be before another appears?
That's a calculation that I cannot necessarily make. They seem to appear with no discernible pattern.
Were you infected immediately upon arriving? Do you remember? Or was it on the way?
I was infected on my way off of this planet.
I see.
Nova, you're not thinking of talking to them, are you?
Me?
Nova.
I don't think they are intelligent. When we faced them, they wanted only to kill, to consume. They are hostile and aggressive, like all viruses.
And I remember when we dealt with them last time, they wanted out. But we don't know what kind of harm that would do if we let them out. That would solve the problem internally, maybe.
But
But
they would spread and spread.
yes. Yeah.
They would find other things to control.
To call this entity an intelligence would be far more gracious than it deserves.
It is instinct.
It is malevolence.
Ah, worse.
There is no intelligence. There is no desire for learning, creating, producing, understanding. It's an ancient war machine designed to do one thing, and that is to kill efficiently.
Intelligence in this ship that you called Icarus. Was there a place for healing, for fixing or for mending?
There were several medical bays across the,
But
the outer
for
ring.
fixing you? Are there tools or supplies or?
There are 4 maintenance facilities, but problems of this nature were intended to be solved here in the command hub.
Well,
see.
while we wait for Pandora, I'm going to start looking here then.
Same.
And I'll turn to Verve and say, with 47 of them, in proximity, I feel that perhaps I should stay here.
Yeah, maybe we should enact plan B really quick. Maybe I could tell someone downstairs, make my way back up here and help out.
Think anything.
I just feel like if we can't get this done and everyone is still down there,
we cannot have any more squishing happening here.
Well, not of our people.
No,
least.
of course.
okay. Maybe I'll go get Varl or someone.
Varl's probably sleeping.
Then someone else.
His shift just finished.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, you may.
Central Intelligence. You said there are 47 in the ship.
At least.
Do you remember one getting out?
One got out.
Not recently.
About a year ago?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay. And Rashiel will scoot around looking for anything that looks useful, and I assume that's going to be an understanding Numenera role.
Yes, yeah, that would be. In this case, I would say that the challenge would start at 7. I would say that you're familiar enough with the vessel that you at least have, I would say you have 1 asset to bring it down to a 6. Would you like to spend any effort?
I would also like to assist in looking
Yep.
around.
All right, that'll be from your intellect pool. Since you are at tier 2, you can spend up to 2 levels of effort.
I do have 2 edge.
All right, yeah. So you will subtract 2 from 1 level of effort.
Gotcha.
So if you spend 2 levels of effort,
Mm-hmm.
you'll end up spending 4 points total.
That's fine.
That track, okay.
If I help, can she get another asset?
Yes, but I would say in this case, you would also need to make a roll because it's difficult.
I will do so. I will make an
okay.
individual roll.
Okay, sure.
I do also have skill and understanding Numenera.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So you've brought it down. Are you trained or
Skilled.
skilled? Okay, so that's
The whatever the better one is.
yeah. All right. So you brought it down by 2 levels from 6 to 4, and you spent 2 levels of effort, brought it down from 4 to 2. Mary, do you want to bring it down to a level 1, or are we going to let Seth roll against 2?
I was gonna also. Do you think it's more beneficial to let us both roll, or if I just help you?
It would be a help. There's not really multiple people trying the same thing.
I'll do what I can to help Rashiel.
Okay, sure. Then you can spend from your intellect pool. And again, this is going to start off at challenge 7. You're going to have 1 asset for being familiar with the location.
I'm specialized in understanding Numenera.
Yes. Okay. So that'll bring it down another 2 levels from 7 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend up to 2 levels of
effort, which I will be doing.
Yeah.
So I bring it down to 3.
3. Yeah.
Okay. And I will also be rolling.
Yeah. Sure. Then why don't you give it the roll first?
Okay. 12.
12. All right. That passes. So Rashiel, you have 1 more asset. You are now
Love it.
at a challenge 3.
Do not.
Or challenge 1. Roll to beat 3.
Do not fuck this up for me. Do you hear me? Do not.
Watch it be a 1.
First of all, fuck you. That was a 17.
Hey! There we go. Okay, so what exactly are you looking for?
I am looking for, with the knowledge that hardwiring is a physical task.
Yes.
That's something that nanites can perform, and something that nanites perform very... I just realized I didn't have to roll because I fucking have my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Oh, well.
Spent the whole season not using it, and now you're going to spend
right.
another
Now you're
season
gonna
not
forget
using it either.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyway, so with the knowledge that that is a physical task that nanites can accomplish, she is looking for something that is in the realm of maintenance, but in the sense of like nanites kind of seem magical, and they seem like they have this physical pervasiveness, and she's wondering if there's something that is similar to like a first aid kit, but for the machine, if the machine encounters any kind of maybe like an illness or a sickness, and oopsie, like that kind of a thing.
We're looking for antivirus software.
Yeah,
I'm looking for a standard antibiotic, except for machines.
Yes. Okay. Sure.
Or Band-Aid.
So in that case, this is what I will tell you. I will say that you are able to sort of figure out basically the gist of this problem. You're able to find out that for the purposes of me explaining to you as 2 people in our outside of the game world, this is a software problem. There's not necessarily anything physical you can do to the vessel to help this out. When the vessel said that these problems would be dealt with in the command hub, it meant something along the lines of like, this is where the programmers work.
I see. Okay.
And so, but you are also able to tell by, taking a look at like this and a couple of the adjacent floors that there is a lot of transmission equipment. There's a lot of equipment based around sending information to and from this place. So you're able to put together that this is a data sphere problem. This is a problem that at its root cause cannot be addressed in the physical world.
Great.
It's
Nova.
a me problem.
I was like, hey, Nova.
So I'm like over there, like watching you do this, like,
Are you following? Are you like over Rashiel's shoulder, kind of like?
Maybe
or where
that.
are you?
I think before I would do that, though, I would sort of do a watchful patrol, and I think the first time that I ever saw these virus things was using my ability to see the unseen. So I think I'd like to try and do that.
Sure, got you. All right, so this will be a perception task from your intellect pool. I will definitely say you have an asset now from your ability to see beyond.
All right, and I am now skilled in perception.
All right.
Thanks to being my new
Your new descriptor. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So I would say that this would be a challenge 5 task. So you have skill that brings it down by 1. You have an asset that brings it down by 2. So your challenge is 3. Do you have any other assets that you think would help you on this task, or would you like to spend any effort?
Super. Yeah, I don't think I have any other assets because they're not normally hidden. They're just invisible. Okay, so then I'll spend from intellect.
All right, sure. You can spend up to 2 levels of effort.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
All right, sure. And you would only, if you have any edge in intellect, you would only subtract that cost once.
No.
All right. Then you'll be spending 6 points total from intellect.
Oh, snap! I forgot how that works. All right.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah, it's 3 points per. Are you just going to spend 1 level of it?
I'm just going to spend 1 level of effort.
All right, so your challenge is now 2. Your target number is 6.
2, 6. Okay. Yay, that's a 14.
All right. Yeah, you made it.
Yay.
So I will say a couple of things. I will say, one, that you remember this sort of sickly, unnatural yellow type color that had been pervading the area since, the time that you first got on here, to several times when you've been back up here, and you've been investigating sort of the very unusual and bad goings on that are happening here. So that's the first thing. That color seems to be more prevalent. You seem to see that tinge just about everywhere, and it's definitely very unsettling, and it seems to broadly match the description that the Central Intelligence has given you, that like, oh yeah, this thing is spreading. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I will ask you if you want an experience point.
Yay!
Well, that is
I mean,
a question.
I do want it, but I don't want what's happening next, I'm sure.
Okay, sure. So, in that case, I'm assuming you're accepting the GM intrusion. Who would you like to give the second experience point?
I think I'll give it to Rashiel.
All right, Rashiel, you may take 1 experience point. And it is at this point when you see something that you haven't seen in a very long time. You see a duplicate of yourself.
I have seen that. Oh, in a very long time.
In a very long time, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you basically see a copy of yourself, like, sitting on top of, like, a control panel. Like they've got, like, their hands, like, planted flat, and they're, like, swinging their legs, just sort of, like, watching you.
God, I hate them. Well, we can't have that. Where are they relative to me? And to my friends, more importantly?
They're not too far away from you or Rashiel. They're probably like an immediate distance, which is to say, like, more or less melee range, from you and Rashiel. From Verve, I believe you went downstairs, right? Yeah, so Verve's way far the hell away. And Licton, where are you?
I probably have been assisting with Rashiel and looking around and looking at, like, the software in the Central Intelligence and wherever else it would need to be.
Okay.
All right. Then in that case, here's what I will say. before we quickly hop to break, then the duplicate of yourself, Nova, that only you see, is within immediate range, which is to say 5 or 10 feet of all of you, except for Verve, who is, you're a ground level, right? Yeah. And at this point, we will quickly hop to break, and we will come back in 5 to 10 minutes after we stretch, grab some water, run to the bathroom, pet our pets, and do all of the things we need to do.
I intend to begin like I ended.
All right, y'all. We'll see you soon.
Oh baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high quality Dungeons and Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmrit. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi. My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In Senmaria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Packed Magic. In Senmaria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devon Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. Oh, baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa.
Hello. We have returned
Everybody,
with an eerie music change.
welcome back. So,
Kappa, what are you doing?
Being Kappa.
I have a pastry. It's delicious. Okay, let me enjoy
oh
it.
my god,
Give it to
I
me.
love it.
Like,
Anyway.
I'm sorry, give me one quick second. My thing crashed. Anyway, okay, we're actually going to start back by taking a quick look at Verve. What are you doing once you're on the elevator down and you hit the ground floor?
Out of my pocket, I procured a chocolate croissant,
Okay,
eating it on the way down.
fuck you.
all right. You
For
make
those of you listening at home.
Where's my red card?
everybody around you immediately jealous.
But no. So on the way down, I'm thinking of the best. I'm trying to imagine the best way, who best to tell to one reduce the amount of panic, but still get everyone to the center of town. If there's any sort of way to do that, I'm thinking either Sabine or the captain, and actually letting them know what is going on, but how best to tell the thousands of people that live in Remnant that they need to go to the center of town.
Okay, so I would say that you would know that Sabine really doesn't want to have anything to do with the leadership of the town. She is basically a Numenera.
Same.
She is a Numenera consultant. She does a lot of building for the town, and she, lends her technical expertise where she can, but she has no real desire to be responsible for people or where they are or what they're doing.
Okay.
Whereas the captain, who you would now know, is mostly called by people as Mayor Winter.
Mayor Winter. Okay.
That is his job. He is the mayor. It is his job to, do that sort of thing. You would also know that one of Rashiel's projects over the past year has been to create something of a projector, almost, that can be used to broadcast sound and images in a 1.5 mile radius?
Hold on.
I have
There's
it up
2
right now.
kilometers.
It's 3 kilometers, 2
Three-
miles.
Okay, yeah, which is just enough to cover all of Remnant, because
Okay.
Remnant is I want to say it's 2.8 kilometers diameter.
Okay.
So you would know that you both have the capability, and that the person to talk to about that specifically would be the mayor.
Okay. So then in that case, Mayor Winter's quarters, home, office, wherever he would be at this time of day, and sort of just, we've got about 6 hours before. So I'll say it like I've described everything, but to sum everything up, we've got about 6 hours to get everyone to the center of town as a backup plan. I'm pretty confident we can get it done and sort it out, but just in case, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I'll get a broadcast together to go up and put on the projector.
What are you gonna tell people?
As much as the truth as I can. Tell them that something's going wrong with the ruin, and that we need to gather in the center of the city for the next 6 hours for our own safety.
Okay. You know, I wish I can help down here, but I think I'm best served up there.
Yeah, I agree. And hopefully, if what you're saying is true, then they can really withdraw the spokes in that big old cube in the middle, and well, we'll get that wall that some people have been breathing down my neck about, but
Okay.
it's not gonna. Well, the food situation's not gonna be great. I think it's gonna probably hit some.
Yeah.
It's an agricultural land, but it's better than hitting houses.
Yep. Okay. Oh jeez. I was gonna say something along the line. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry it's had to be so sudden, but I figured you want to know before the whole thing comes crashing down.
Yeah. No, that is entirely accurate. It is what it is. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, and you know, either I see you again after this or not. So,
good luck up there.
Thanks. Good luck to you all down here.
All right.
I'll take my leave.
Are you heading straight back up?
As much as possible, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. In that case, then you would actually be so you would see at this point a bunch of the salvagers are basically coming down the elevator. Like this sort of very full elevator worth of people is coming down, and you see one person going up the elevator, and that would be Pandora.
Pandora? Okay.
Yeah. And you're on the lift up with her.
Okay.
Heard you found something up there.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not the best at explaining things, but yeah, I think the reason why you're the one that's called up is because you're a little bit better than anyone else that we can think of.
It's what they made me for.
Do I know Pandora very well?
That is up to you.
Okay,
She
I'm gonna say no.
She doesn't push people away, but she's also not outgoing.
Okay, then yeah, I'll say made you.
Long story.
Listen, if you don't want to get into it, believe me, I'm the one person that understands that. But,
I'll tell you some other time.
Sure.
All right. So, flipping back to the control room. Nova, you currently see something that looks very much like you. Sort of sitting around, kicking at the air, watching Licton and Rashiel work.
I have waited 6 weeks to say this, Alex. I have 2 words for you. I stab.
I love it. Yes. All right. So let me quickly change the music. And why don't you quickly build your venture for me? You do not. I'm going to say that this is slightly different mechanically than the last time you faced a duplicate of yourself. So why don't you quickly build your venture? You do not yet know the challenge.
Okay. So, I am now trained in heavy bladed attacks.
Yes.
So that will be a -1 to the challenge.
Yes.
So whatever you worked. I'm going to use Crushing Blow.
Okay. So that will require 1 level of effort spent.
Yes. And 3 points from my might pool.
Yeah.
I hate this thing. I'm going to go ahead and spend an additional point of effort.
Okay, sure. So that'll only cost 2.
Okay, so it's 5 points spent total.
Yes. And you brought it down 3 levels so far.
Okay. And I think that is all I can do as far as my venture. Yeah.
All right, sure thing. Then why don't you go ahead and make your attack? You brought it down 3 levels. What is it?
Is a 4 good?
No, actually, no. You just miss it.
I'm so mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah, you miss it by 2.
I mean, I had everything going for me, so we'll just let that miss stand. Sometimes.
Yeah. So
I crash into the console or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're wielding a glaive, correct, or a spear?
It's like a gigantic spear. Yeah, I mean it's a glaive. It's a big old...
Sure. So
look at it's whatever it looks like in the art.
Sure. So you bring this glaive down and you like cleave straight through this console. But the you that was sitting there, which seemed to have been like completely lax, like half a second ago, and not at all anticipating this attack, like jumps out of the way as if it was a coiled spring and easily sidesteps the blow. And at this point, unlike last time, Licton and Rashiel, you see something. Nova, you see a copy of yourself. Licton and Rashiel, you see this sort of amorphous humanoid figure, very much gender ambiguous. It's almost like a walking shadow covered in these it's like completely black in color with this red hexagonal sort of pattern etched onto its surface with these very vibrant glowing red eyes. And it is at this point when I will ask everybody to roll initiative.
Like when Nova goes like attack something though, it's like, no, but what the fuck? Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
when
shit.
you both are like, Nova!
And
mother bitch.
Verve, for your sake, I will say that you and Pandora hear a commotion upstairs. It will take you 1 round to get up there. But you're definitely within you're within range of consideration.
Awesome. Thanks. I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Is this new music?
It might be, yeah.
I like it.
So why don't everybody give me your initiative rolls?
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's 20.
I'm expending a level of effort.
Sure.
Yeah, same. From speed, right?
Yes, from speed.
Oh.
Verve, I've got you up. Mary, what you got?
17 with 1 level of effort.
All right, Mary and Verve, you're going ahead of the creature.
Oh, Nova!
Nova, you're going last.
I'm like wrenching my back out of the console.
Don't want to tear your pants open. That's what you just don't want to do that. You gotta take the time.
I want my speed effort back.
Rashiel, what do you got?
Unlike that dirty 17, I got a clean 17.
Okay.
Ooh, squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean.
I just wrote 17 down on your
None
name.
of that dirty effort.
All right.
I'm just gonna grab some better dice. One moment.
Rashiel, Licton, and Verve, you are up first. For expediency's sake, I'm assuming, Verve, that your turn is spent like getting upstairs.
Yeah, and if I can like jump in and like kick something, sure. But if not, I'll just get upstairs.
Parkour.
Well, what would you like the effect of this kick to be? Because you might be able to do something with it.
Put something off balance or whatever.
Okay, you know what? Sure. I will say that you are able to like run up the stairs and like you just get upstairs and you see this sort of synthetic humanoid creature very much looking like it's squaring up with a few people.
Yeah, in that split second decision, I see like Nova sort of angry. People are gearing up. This thing looks hostile.
And there's like a rolly chair right in front of you.
Yeah, then I will drop kick that rolly chair towards the.
All right, roll a might. You're not gonna have any skill in this because I don't think you have
Fine.
skill in rolly chair projection.
I
but-
don't know. Maybe he does like do the spinny thing in the rolly chairs all the time, kicking around the room.
16.
60. That does it. So I'll tell you what, that's not gonna do any damage. But next time somebody goes in for a melee attack, they will have 1 asset. How's that sound?
Oh yes. Perfect.
All right. So, Licton and Rashiel, as we begin your turn, you see this menacing synthetic creature, which it seems to be like all muscle and armor. And it's, you know, it's like almost looming over Nova, who is pulling her glaive out of this console. And then it just like it just gets knocked off balance by this rolly chair, which comes in out of fucking left field. And that is where we're starting your turns.
Good job, Verve. Am I with
Where
him?
was that chair?
It was right there.
I didn't see that. You would think they would have something more fancy.
Am I within immediate distance?
Yeah.
I would like to pull a small knife out and stab it. I would like to stab it.
Right, sure. Is this a light weapon?
This is a light weapon, I believe, and it
All right, sure
is
thing.
Sparking. Because
Sure.
it said so.
So define sparking.
I'm using my shock ability on it, which gives an additional point of lightning damage.
Okay, sure.
It's enable, so it just happens.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to check. All right, then go ahead and roll your attack. How would you build your venture?
I have an asset.
Uh-huh.
I would like to spend. I don't know the challenge, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. I will spend 2 levels of effort because this is shit we don't want to deal with right now.
All right, sure.
Um,
So you brought it down 3 levels.
that's correct, and I will roll from there. I
Yes.
can't do anything else. 17 on the die.
17 on the die. So you hit with 1 additional point of damage.
That's 4.
So,
Then.
okay, so what happens is you come in with this very strong stab as this thing is knocked off balance, and you, for a normal creature of flesh and blood, you know that this would like sink deep into its flesh, but with this thing, it's almost like the flesh itself sort of like bends inward and then springs the dagger back. At least that is what would happen if you weren't able to sort of add this little electrical spark into your plunge, which sort of disrupts its armor, and you're able to just jab it in there just a bit. It is able to sort of grab your arm and just throw it back out, and you are able to do some damage. However, you are able to determine that this thing is armored, and the challenge to hit it is 5.
Okay.
So you've done 2 points of damage. It has 2 points of armor.
Gotta hit it hard, y'all.
I'm trying.
Rashiel, you are up.
I am looking, trying to locate something. Either way, I am going to be using my onslaught ability.
All right, sure thing.
Nano shit, y'all. Finally, it's gonna
So
cost
proud of
me.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's gonna cost me.
Been a whole
intelligence
season
points,
of not
perfectly
seeing nano
fine.
shit.
Yeah, you right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I don't know what else applies because I've never used my nano shit in combat.
Do we have to use minor effects on our turn, Alex?
I would say that since no one has moved yet, you're welcome to use a minor effect. I will also say that minor effect is a thing tagged on to your success. It is not something that will help you succeed.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I was going to use one of my minor effects that was given to us by chat.
Yep.
With the effect suggestion from my not forte.
Forte.
You know what I mean. It's dazed by electricity and hindered for 1 round.
Okay. I'll say it's hindered on defending from Rashiel's onslaught.
Okay, so do I just a straight roll?
Yeah, you're welcome to do a straight roll. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna start there.
Yeah, it is hindered by 1. So the challenge is now 4. Your target number would be 12.
Okay. Fuck it, I'll spend some effort. I have plenty.
All right, sure. You can spend up to 2 levels of effort.
And I'm just gonna do 1.
All right, sure.
I
You
have 2
points of
edge.
edge, so you would be spending 1 point from your intellect.
So that's fine by me.
So
Cool
your target number
beans!
is now 3. Your challenge is 3. Target number is 9. 19. All right, so you can either generate a minor effect or you can do 3 additional points of damage.
I'm gonna take 3 damage. I liked this, the idea of like Rashiel is finally like to the point where she is okay with, the fact that she has been made a nano against her will, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And she can do cool shit with it now. And
Alright.
she just wants to keep her home safe, and she's just like, just get out of my way. So I'm going to channel that into doing more damage.
All right, so 2 questions. 1, how much damage does your onslaught do without
Good question.
the extra? 2, what does your onslaught look like? Because correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember you ever using it before.
I have never had it before, and I have never used it.
All
so
right.
you're correct on
So
both
what
counts.
what does it look like?
Onslaught is something that I have to look up.
I
apparently.
believe it's 2 or 3 points.
It cost me 1. Which is
yeah,
awesome.
But it should do 2 or 3 points of damage.
Oh, right. Where is it? Sorry, guys.
It's all good. Nova, you're on deck after the creature. The creature will be next.
Why can't I find it?
Wait, Nova, did you roll a 1 on your initiative? Okay, so that would trigger a GM intrusion, and I will actually fold that into the creature's turn.
Yay. Does it help if I spent from my speed pool?
Unfortunately, it does not.
Okay, there it is.
Does it help if I go like this?
A little bit.
But not
bit.
enough.
Alex likes to make their players cry.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay, you attack a foe using energies that assail either their physical form or their mind. The attack is physical. You emit a short-range ray of force that inflicts 4 points of damage, which is what I'm gonna do. I mean,
okay,
it's
sure. So you've done 4 plus 3.
Yeah.
All right, so you've actually done.
Oh shit! No, wait. Just kidding. I want a mind slice. It inflicts 2 points of intellect damage and ignores armor.
All right, sure thing. I will just say that because I mentioned that this thing has 2 points of armor, it does the same damage either way.
Cool.
Just for your own reference, but yeah, I will say that this is a mental thing. Yeah, so you do 2 points plus 3 extra points from rolling a 19. What does it look like? What does your mental onslaught look like?
I like to think that instead of directly interfacing with her panel on the back of her neck, she just kind of closes her eyes and concentrates in this like electric blue that's iridescent with like little bolts of purple just shoot from her fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think her eyes are closed when this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a purely like, it's called a mind slice in the book, and that's how I think of it. It's just her concentrating all of her like her mental energy and emotion into this attack.
All right, sure. And we've added a creature to the creature meter. This will be a tier 1 creature, which means it will be between levels 1 and 3. I already have an idea in mind for our tier 1 creature, but if you want to escalate this and see something even more potent, then you're welcome to contribute to the creature meter. The details of which you can see in chat. So, let me flip back to the thing I'm looking at. So this creature It is. It definitely sort of reels from your mind slice, but it is able to very quickly right itself. And what happens is it sort of digs its heel into the ground and pushes forward through the pain. And as catching on my GM intrusion, it's going to make one free attack on Nova. So Nova, can I ask you to make a speed defense roll real fast?
Sure. Remind me, do I apply my armor to that? Does that
Your
help me?
armor reduces damage.
That's right. Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Speed. Yeah, I don't actually have. You know what? Since I'm just spending things left and right, I'm gonna go ahead and spend. I can spend from my speed pool to ease this.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that again.
Sure. Yeah. That reduces.
Hey, that's a 19. Don't even.
All
tell
right.
me about the odds.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
a quote from a movie. Don't even tell me about the odds.
Yeah, so you are able
got
to avoid as it basically swipes at you, which like you would normally be like, what the hell is it doing? It's got these stubby little human hands. But as it's like swinging its hand towards you, you see the fingers like extend toward like claws for a brief second. As it misses you, these sort of dark claws retract back into its hand as if it weren't even there. But now you know this thing is definitely means business. But as it sort of has one arm down like this for having missed the claw, it takes the other arm back and does one of these and pushes out this sort of force blast, and that's going to be coming at you, Rashiel. So I'm going to need you to make a might defense roll.
No problem.
So, question. Oh, no, I'm going to intercept that.
Okay, how does that work?
I have a thing.
All right, sure.
I get a bonus to my armor if I just step into an attack that's meant for someone else. Am I able to do that?
Yeah, you are absolutely able to do that. How this would work is like you see this thing coming down and you see it like turn towards Rashiel and begin to like put an arm out, but you're able to step in front and bear the brunt of this force blast.
And I could use an effect to like do that if that is necessary, but
no, if you've got that ability, that is just a thing you can do. My only question is, do you just take that damage, or do you still get to roll to defend?
Let me see.
And what is your armor bonus? Rashiel, Licton, and Verb, you are on deck.
My armor bonus is +2.
All right.
Boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. This is also in the thing. Okay. So it says by the book, if you successfully draw the attack so that a foe attacks you instead of the target they originally intended to attack, you have +2 armor against the attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, sure.
So,
and what armor do you use? What is your regular armor stat?
Currently wearing Brigandine.
All right, and what does that give you? 1, 2, or 3
armor?
+2. 2. Okay, so then in that case, you all only take 1 whole point of might damage as you are able to sort of, steel yourself for this impact and step in front of Rashiel, and it comes like a punch in the gut. But fortunately, nothing more serious than that. Rashiel, Verve, and Licton, you are up.
Thanks. I probably could have taken that.
I'm lying. Nova, you're up.
Yeah. So, question: when it's like fingers are doing claws and it's punching me, does it look like me?
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like my fingers doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and do the thing that didn't work before because practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like sort of jump back, recalibrate. I'm gonna try and stab this guy again.
Go ahead and try and stab. Challenge is 5.
Hey, that's a 15.
15, that'll do it. All right. So how much damage? You do 6 damage.
I do 7 damage.
7.
So
okay, sure.
10 damage to that creep.
Oh, did you do the
That was the crushing blow.
Okay, that would require you spend a level of effort.
I did. I spent.
Oh, okay, you did. Okay.
In fact,
Yeah.
I spent. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, sure. You're able to do 10 damage, only 2 of which is absorbed by armor. Damn, Jesus. So whereas Licton's dagger was barely able to penetrate because of the small weapon that it is, and Licton's heavy reliance on his own lightning ability, you're able to just plunge your glaive straight into the body of this thing. You break the synthetic barrier, this sort of synthetic skin that it wears, and you look like you're perceiving this as you've just like stabbed yourself in the chest, but everyone else sees you stabbing at this sort of like formless, shapeless humanoid figure. Rashiel, Verve, and Licton, you're all up.
I know what I'm doing. Do you want to go, Verve, or?
I was gonna try and give Nova a little bit more leverage. If that's gonna interfere with anything, that's cool. I can roll with it. Okay, cool. I'm going to get up from the drop kick and sprint as fast as I can into the back of this thing's knees to give Nova a little bit more leverage and hopefully pin it further, or drive the spear a little bit further in. I don't know. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm tumbling. I'm gonna try and tumble through its.
Oh, you want to like push it further onto the kebab?
Or have it fall in on itself from behind, because imagine you're on the front of it.
Okay, that's interesting. Sure. So what
If I had a doll, I could show y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a moving tabletop, like when someone kneels over and then someone pushes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we make this a might roll?
Okay.
This will be a might roll against a challenge 5. Because Nova has already gone, I won't say that she is necessarily assisting you.
Are you waiting for me to roll, or is there more coming?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to roll.
Okay.
I apologize.
Nope, that's a 2.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately that will not do it. So as you come up from behind this creature, it swings an arm which like extends almost like it's made of like a cold rubber.
Ooh.
And it is sort of you're just able to get out of the way of this sort of backhanded swing towards your jaw. So you're not quite able to get into range of what you wanted to do.
It's cool.
And Rashiel, you are up.
Licton said that he knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah. So, seeing that my dagger didn't really do anything, I kind of withdraw it and go a different approach. On one hand, I have a black glove with a little pink circle on it, and I would just like to touch it. You need to go. And I'm going to use my level 6 magnetic field emitter. Cipher.
All right. What does that do?
TLDR, I can push or pull things away from me, or alternatively, it can be used to project a destructive magnetic field that inflicts damage equal to the cipher level.
All right, and that cipher level will be 6, right?
Yes.
Does it ignore armor?
It does not say.
Okay. So why don't we call this a...
Depends. What's it made out of?
It's not necessarily made of metal. Why don't we call this a might roll just to make contact, just to be able to get a solid. Well, actually, does it say it's an emitter?
Yeah, it can be used to project a destructive magnetic field.
Okay, sure.
Damage.
Then why don't we make this a speed roll as aiming something?
Okay, that's fair.
Finley, were you gonna say something?
I will spend 2 levels of effort.
All right. And does this say anything about a target or a direction? Because there are people who are currently in melee with this thing.
It does not say anything.
All right, then I'll tell you what. If you miss, it won't do anything unless you get a 1. If you hit, I will have Verve and Nova make defense rolls.
Verve assessed. I'm not worried about Verve.
Yeah. As you're out here.
I'm sorry, Nova, you're very hardy.
Yeah. So go ahead and make a speed roll. You've brought it down by 2 levels
yeah.
so far. Your target number would be 9.
14.
14. Yes, you're able to do it. Oh shit, it doesn't even matter if it destroys armor. So, okay, what happens is you sort of reach out your hand and cast fuck everything in that general direction, and you just project this magnetic field and just launch this humanoid figure, and it just impacts the wall with a resounding metallic thud. Unfortunately, that is also the direction of 2 of your friends. So, Nova and Verve, I'm going to ask you to make might defense rolls real fast.
Sorry, y'all.
I'm just going to do that. I'm sort of running low.
Yeah, I'll just say for
Oh!
this is challenge 6, the same level as I. What is it? Is it a 1?
No, it's a 3.
Well,
is that good?
Fortunately, it's not a GM intrusion. Unfortunately, that still does fail.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I rolled a 13, so also fail.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Yeah, so you both take 6 points of might damage.
I'm really hurt.
You've moved down
Wait,
damage?
wait, does my
track,
armor
haven't
help
you?
at all?
It should.
I'll say sure. Why the
Okay.
hell not? Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I take 4 points. Okay. I'm down to 3. Good times.
All right.
It's fine. We're
All
having
right.
fun.
Sorry.
So-
Panic attack. Right. Panic fight right there.
One interesting thing that does happen is as this thing impacts the wall, it doesn't stay a solid congealed shape like you would expect, like a body that hits the wall to. It hits the wall and almost pops like a balloon. And out of this thing comes this cloud of moths. Merritt, you can bring the creature meter down. And this swarm of moths all come and they basically begin to surround you all. And they're just sort of flying around and, just kind of occupying your space.
In a friendly way?
In a way in which you will get to choose. So, for the low price...
But I have a turn!
Do I recognize them?
You have a skill in...
Beyond Wildlife.
Beyond Wildlife. Okay, so I will allow you to make a roll. Rashil, do you immediately act hostile towards these moths?
I don't know!
Okay, so if you want to immediately attack them, you may. Otherwise, we're coming out of initiative.
I was gonna attack the shadow thing, but it popped into the moths.
It died. Yes, it hit the body of that thing is dead. It's like a synth and metal sheet.
Fine, won't do anything.
You're welcome to attack the moths. Please
I had
do not get me
another
wrong. You're
attack I
welcome
wanted to
that.
do. I want to set the moths on fire, but I won't.
Do you want to do that?
No, it's fine.
All right.
I feel like Rashil's gearing up to use this ability, and then it pops, and it's just bugs, and she's like, "Oh."
All right. Bear, did you roll for
Not
Beyond
yet.
Wildlife? That would be an intellect roll. You can spend effort. I'll say that this would be a challenge 5. Fuck it. Let's use that.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down to challenge 1. I have 1 asset. I'm gonna do.
You have 1 skill, not necessarily an asset.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I have 1
Okay,
skill.
gotcha.
I will use 1 level of effort.
All right, sure. So that
So
is
3.
3.
Do I want to do another one?
Target number would be 9.
No, I do wanna use I do want to bring it down to level 2.
All right, so that would be target number 6.
10.
10. All right. So you are able to determine that these are things that you've heard a little bit about, but honestly not a whole lot. These are creatures that are just generally referred to as chance moths. They are small moths that generally exist in or around Numenera. They have been known to bite and or sting people. And when they do, things happen. As far as what things happen, it's hard to say. Sometimes people become stronger, faster, better, more healthy. Other times, they become seriously injured or significant world events happen around them.
Chance.
It is utterly chance.
That's dope.
They manipulate probability.
That's dope.
Don't let them bite you. Don't make them mad. It could be really good or really bad, and there's no way to tell what direction it's gonna go, y'all.
Oh my god.
And go ahead.
Oh, they're a deck of many moths.
Yeah. And speaking of, for the low price of 1 GM intrusion, you may accept an experience point and accept a bite from a chance moth.
Who? Anyone?
Anyone. There's a swarm of them.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
When this happens,
Mhm.
I roll, right?
You roll what?
Anything.
And
it's just random, or is this like I roll a 1 and that's bad?
Okay.
Is there like a list?
There is a D100 list.
Okay.
And none of the items on the list are just like you die or something that's like utterable.
No, that's fine. I just had a possibly a thing because I have a cipher for when things bite me.
Okay.
And it says that I would treat it as if I rolled a nat 20, but a nat 20 isn't really applicable in this circumstance.
Yeah, sure. No, this is not a case in which you'd roll a nat 20. This is a D100 list.
Gotcha. I kind of want to do it.
So I think it's hilarious if Licton just gets finished done saying, "Don't let them bite you," and then gets bitten.
I kind of want to do it.
You gotta keep the disaster Jack train going into season 2.
Yeah. So,
are we all doing this?
I kind of want to do it.
I'm gonna go in order as I see on the Zoom chat. So, Licton, are you getting bit or not?
I think it would be hilarious. So yes.
All right, go ahead and roll 1D100.
Wait, is literally everyone doing this though?
Yeah.
I am.
All right, so you mark 1 experience point onto your sheet.
Well, is it an intrusion or
Kappa,
is it...
you do appear to be frozen.
Kappa, you're frozen.
This is like a quasi intrusion. I'm not, especially since you're all doing.
Oh,
What'd you get?
No, Kappa,
Kappa left.
Sorry, y'all. We'll see if he comes back. I can't fix the thing that quickly. 74.
74.
We've all committed, right? So even if,
yes,
like, Alex tells Bear, like, you grow a new head, we're all in it.
Too bad.
Yeah, right? Okay. Mare, or not Mare, fucking.
Hey.
Licked it. Like right as you're like, all right, everybody, don't get bit. One lands on your like, what is it? You got fingerless gloves or something like?
No, not this season.
Munch. But yes, you do get a moth bite, and
your face.
Nothing you can observe occurs.
Well, I hope,
no!
I hope nothing happens. No, go away, little buddy.
Nova, can you roll me 1d100 if you're accepting a bite?
4. 004.
Okay, sure. All right. So target gains training in a random skill for 1 hour. Now,
Oh, cool.
since there is no list of skills that I can like roll from, I'm going to ask you, do you want something completely arbitrary, or do you want me to roll from like a small list of skills that are actually existent in the game?
Completely arbitrary that would make the most people the happiest.
Okay.
Whether that's in game or out of game,
in that case,
up to you.
Nova, for the next hour, feels like she would be really confident at baking. You gain
Amazing.
skill in baking for 1 hour.
Hey, I can teach you that recipe for bread pudding.
I don't. Oh! Yeah. Ever since we had it, I've been just dying to try it out. I don't know why it never occurred to me to just try it before. We gotta get. Come on, let's go.
Rochelle, could you roll for me 1d100?
I will. Let me move this. 45.
45. Okay.
Alex.
Oh no!
What happens?
Oh no, they sighed.
Target tunes into the data sphere and can learn the answer to one question.
Are you kidding me?
Poggers!
Yes! Oh my god!
Oh my
Fucking poggers!
And now Verb's gonna roll, and it's gonna be like
You get it.
all effects of chance moths are obliterated.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Verve roll before I get too excited.
The
You don't wanna do
target
that
must
first?
immediately push the nearest button.
Verve, can you please roll 1d100 while Rochelle thinks of a question?
Oh, okay.
Another 45.
91. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, what's that face? I don't like that face.
Herb's knees get blown out.
Can someone roll a d20 for me, please?
Yeah, I got it. Unless you want to do it, Kappa. It's your
I'm
effect.
doing it.
It's your
I'm doing
fate.
Yeah.
16?
Oh no! Target falls upward for 10 times 1d20 feet as if gravity reversed, and then falls back down.
You can fly, it's fine.
Well, I can fly. I'm indoors. This is not the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, so what you'll see happen is a
Boink, boink,
moth comes by and like bites Verve on the hand or something, and he just like droop straight the fuck up.
What are you doing?
At least you can cover?
Did you mean to do that? I get confused.
Absolutely not. But this is okay. Wait, hold on.
Wait, is he on
This
the
is
ceiling?
okay.
Oh
It's
my
not the worst thing that can happen to me.
Oh my god.
Is he like on the ceiling and staying there like as if gravity fucked him up?
I'm gonna say that yeah, until he allows himself to fall, he is still in the falling upward stage.
I don't know what you're gonna do, how you're gonna assist from up there, but
I'll figure something out. So I've got the daddy's long legs, and then they can hold me to the ground.
all right. I feel all right. So
Rochelle, have you decided what question you want to ask the data sphere?
I sure have. I
Oh,
would
boy.
like to. Oh my god, there's an actual moth. I'm sorry.
let
What
it bite
about
you.
you?
I know. Target's hair falls out. I would like to ask the data sphere about an inoculation or a cure, as it were, against the virus that seems to be plaguing the vessel.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Good thing it was Rashiel.
Right.
yes.
I'd be
right?
like, What is your favorite color?
Right.
To the data sphere.
Yellow.
You'd be out here asking what's the weather tomorrow. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so I will say that you're it's really weird because you've had a few random encounters with the datasphere before, a few random glimmers and bits of inspiration, but nothing quite like this. You almost experience this very out of body situation where you feel like you're almost like looking down at yourself and at everybody else, and you feel very, for lack of a better word, connected to the vessel as a whole. And you're able to sort of, as like time almost slows down around you, you're able to consider many more possibilities in this brief amount of time than you might otherwise be able to with the amount of consciousness that you have. And so you're able to reach out and really consider the problem that you're facing. And while you're not able to necessarily determine any specifics in terms of location, what you are able to determine is this. To effectively deal with the problem that you are facing, one would have to enter the datasphere and to delete the virus there.
That's some reboot shit.
So what you would need, and you would also, between your knowledge of the world and how this works, is you would have to locate a datasphere facility. Try saying that 5 times fast, Jesus. So you would need to go out and find a different ruin that exists specifically to interface with the datasphere. Go into the datasphere, purge the virus there, and then come back out. Broadly, that is what you're able to determine.
Well, we have access to the datasphere, don't we?
No, we
You do
don't.
not. You do not have a way to transcribe yourself into the datasphere.
Licton's been trying to find shit out, but like no avail yet. He probably would have told you like I've been trying to work on this to help Nova with her shit, but no avail.
The only place that you are aware of that has a datasphere transcription site is the Reverberant Coil, and that site is currently not active.
And
It
I
broke.
mean, we also only have a certain amount of time. So okay, I think that Rashiel will try and explain this information as non-technically as possible. Like, hey, so we got to go into the thing and get rid of the thing, like literally
In the data
in some
sphere.
way. We have to find a way into the datasphere
Hey Nova,
itself.
paths are converging.
I feel so many things right now.
On the is
Everything I've always known and believed may be true. I
I've
don't
been-
know what to think about that.
Well, gives me more reason to figure out where the heck that other hub is that used to be connected to the coil. But I don't think this is something we can do in 6 hours.
I don't think so.
At
If
least I
we-
could buy us some time.
You've been looking, and if it's not here, well, if it were here, you would have located it by now.
Well, all we know that it's in the east of the coil. And I've been
East of the coil is half of the continent.
I know, and I've been trying to figure out if there's some way we could communicate with Banshee about this, but like that's a whole nother issue. Banshee's doesn't really speak.
That was my
directions.
question, actually. But yes, Pandora.
I've got an idea.
Please, you'll yes, thank you.
Hold on, Alex, actually realized I need to pull something up to see this real fast. There's a city just east of us that might be able to help us out with this.
A city east of us?
Can we get there in less than 6 hours?
Not less than 6 hours. No, I don't think so. But
What city is this?
it's just east of us. It's just outside the jungle. It's a city called Enthate. They've got a bit of a tradition with the datasphere. They keep an oracle of a kind that they call the Poison Eater, who consumes various Numenera poisons in order to contact the datasphere. And I get the sense that if they don't have a hub in the city, they would at least be able to point us to the nearest one.
Have I been
Have
there?
I?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna ask if I've been there in my travels. Okay.
I would say they know you've probably not been there. It's in like a very much a corner of the map. You're already pretty far north, and going further northeast is it's in a singular location.
Okay.
It's not somewhere you would cross unless you wanted to go there specifically. Never, you were going to ask something?
Oh, have I ever heard of people doing that, having that kind of a practice?
I would say yes and no. I would say that you've heard of Enthate, as it's another community built around the datasphere. I would not say that you've heard of places other than Enthate having a poison eater.
But like the practice of eating things, poisoning yourself to connect to the datasphere.
I would say that is a practice you've heard of in Enthate. That is not a practice that is widespread. That is not a general practice in the Ninth World.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine that's considered a little strange by like the established order.
It is and it isn't. It is in the beyond. So it's not necessarily something that, the Eon priests as a whole necessarily understand or get behind. But that said, I mean, the people of Enthate seem pretty down with it overall. It's not controversial, and it seems to be working for them.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say that most people don't know this is a practice that exists.
I have, now that you mention it, I have heard of the city and of the Poison Eater. The name has come up in my home. I thought that this was the end of the road for us here, but Pandora, perhaps what you say is true. A door has opened for us. But no, we have to just if the vessel falls, then it falls, and we have to focus on getting the people here to safety. We can't get sidetracked now by this poison eater in the city.
No, I agree. I think that our first priority should be figuring out what the hell we're going to do in the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I think that on that note, Rashiel will probably go ahead and start heading to that crystal.
Sure. Yeah, you head in that direction is easy enough.
Just to hardwire that thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I look up at Verve.
Verve at this point has used his what's it called, the daddy's long legs, to anchor himself on the ground. But since gravity is reversed from his hair is like this.
Yes, absolutely. That is 100% what's happening.
So I think for the next 6 hours, we should at least try and figure out how long we can prolong and conserve the Central Intelligence's power. If we can do it for a few days, maybe we can go out to this place, find some place that we can access the data sphere, and then take out the virus.
Side note, do I know how long this effect will last for Verve?
Nah.
You might not want to leave the vessel anytime soon, Verve, in case you want to actually touch the ding-dang sky and probably die.
Yeah, no, as fun as that sounds, once things go back to normal, then I'll leave. But for now, I want to see if there's anything I could be useful. There's any place that we couldn't get to because it's too high.
Yeah, probably get as many people out of here, and evacuated for when it falls. And you've already taken care of notifying the captain.
Mayor Winter's on it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, minimize damage. I don't, unless we really think we can, do something.
So it's not a long walk to get to this small side room that you found the first time you were exploring the ruin, and you find this large sort of towering, maybe 12-foot tall black crystal in this sort of odd containment field type apparatus hovering in the middle of a room.
Cool. All right. Well, Rashiel. Sorry.
I was just going to say this will require a successful understanding Numenera roll to activate.
It's fine. I am specialized in understanding Numenera. I will also be using my Fuses Flesh and Steel ability interface by directly plugging into a device you can identify and learn to operate it as though the task were a level lower.
Okay, sure. So that'll be an asset. You brought it down. Okay, so that'll be bringing it down basically by 3. Do you want to expend any effort?
I assume this is intelligence.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you would also have had your recovery rolls available to you if that's something you wanted to do as well.
Yeah, since I had an action rest available, I'll go ahead and do that. I don't really need to, but I will.
You can roll 1d6 plus 2 to add that
Cool.
back to intelligence.
Let me go ahead and do that.
You can spend from your intelligence pool to...
It's 4. That actually gets me back to health. Thank God.
Yeah, you can spend from your intelligence pool to... how many levels of effort do you want? 1 or 2?
I'm going to be spending 2 since I have 2 edge.
Okay, gotcha. So that brings it down a total of 5 levels. Not bad. So yeah, go ahead and roll. Your target number at this point would be 6.
Okay. I can never find a place to roll.
Do this shit.
That was a 7.
Oh my god.
Thank goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So then why don't you describe to us what it looks like as you interact with this Numenera device and what
scared the shit out of me. I thought it was a 1.
To do.
Oh my god. I am going to, so I like the idea that, like, you know, according to the art, the beautiful art that Triangle made me, there's this like very flat panel that's kind of been like stitched into her skin, and most of it looks like it's flush with her neck, but there may be like a specific cord or something that she can just literally pull out, and almost like an aux cable or something.
She's a chobit.
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
Chobits
Oh my god.
in at least a decade.
I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad at you right now.
Oh, what?
I'm so mad. Anyway, I'm not a chobit, and
Mads.
I'm gonna go
with
ahead
the,
and,
sorry, Mads with the raid. Thanks, Mads.
Thank you. Oh, hi. Hello, Raiders. But yeah, she's gonna like just pull it out, and like the crystal probably is pretty smooth. Like, I don't think it has a specific port, so she's just gonna kind of like, it would make sense if it goes here, and just kind of like make it work to interface directly with it, and just let those little nanites in there know that what she's needing for it to do is to use all their power to re-hardwire that power connection in the best way that they can.
Okay, so what happens is this. The connector that you have is very much a sort of universal adapter, almost. Sometimes it's like a cylindrical, almost like an XLR plug. Other times it's like, like a little aux cable type thing. This time it's like a needle with like these 3 like clamps that basically dig into the crystal and like pull in so they can push the needle further into the crystal.
Like in the Matrix.
Kind of, yeah. And so you're able to, once again, oddly enough, within the span of, maybe 20 or 30 minutes since you tapped into the data sphere to find out about, possible solutions to your problem as a whole, you're able to very much expand your senses well beyond what you would normally be able to. You're able to, you feel as if your body itself is the size of the vessel. You feel as if you're, the full, almost 3 kilometers in diameter that this floating ruin is. And you're able to sort of direct the millions, billions, who knows how many nanomachines that are occupying this vessel to get to work. And get to work they do. You don't necessarily see them. They're not necessarily tied to this particular part of the ship. But very soon you find yourselves almost feel like you yourself almost feel a little better in a way. You feel a little stronger or more awake. It's hard to tell. But as the process of the hardwiring the central intelligence to the generators begins to take effect, you definitely begin to feel the change. Two other things happen at this point. One, sort of over an intercom, or maybe just projected into this room, you don't know because you're all in this room, the central intelligence speaks to you, and he says that for the time being, I am shutting down. I will still maintain my current altitude above your settlement, and I will endeavor to let you know should anything risk you or the people who live there. However, I do feel this is the best course of action because the longer I remain active, the more quickly the virus that I'm combating can spread. So it will be best for me to return to standby for the time being. And the central intelligence deactivates. The lights go down. Emergency lighting flips on back after a second or two. The only other thing that you notice is that as you use the crystal, the sort of like little yellow arcs and sparks of electricity that come off of it slowly begin to slow down and die and wither away. And you eventually see this matte black crystalline structure just sort of crumble in on itself into dust and fine particles. And you hear small, childlike giggling as the crystal just fades away.
Nope. It says yes, but nope.
And that, unless anyone has anything else they would like to do today, will be the end of our session.
How long does Verb stay on the ceiling?
I was gonna say I'd like to get to a point where I can be normal gravity.
However long it would have taken you to like fall 1 billion feet up in the air.
To be fair, it was only 160 feet. So like, yes, that's a long fall, but like also he would have been
terminal velocity.
Okay, but also reason to get the elevator.
Yeah.
The space elevator.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So that Verve can come down from when he gets reverse gravity. It's like, we know you're gonna end up back there again.
But no, it's 19 minutes. I rolled a d20 and I said that was minutes.
Oh, that's
and
not
rolled
bad.
19. So
Sure.
you have 19 minutes of reverse gravity.
I like to think that after Rochelle at the very least like kind of like hears the like like unplugs, retracts cable and makes her way back, then she's good with just kind of like chilling until Verve comes back down.
I like to imagine that Verve takes a very long break after this as all the blood is rushed through his head.
Yep. He's definitely got like that weird scarring that the
Yeah.
I go down and bake some bread pudding.
Yeah, with the hour you have left of baking skill.
I feel like as I'm taking it out of the oven, I look
Can
at it
you
like,
roll for how good it is?
how did I? What is this? Do I have to roll?
Nah.
It's not like I'm skilled in baking.
No, I just want to know how good it is.
Sure. What should I roll?
Let's say a d20.
Okay. Can I?
You have a skill, so you reduce the challenge by 1 step.
But like when Verve is on the ground, like Verve, you gotta fix your hair. It's all over the place.
All right, that's a 9.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's okay. It's like fine.
I mean, I would say that's pretty good. That's well above the average person's bread pudding.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you've made a very good bread pudding.
And yep, as soon as it's out, I forget. Absolutely. So I'm like
how did I do that?
Yeah. But
Wait,
I'm still gonna go and feed it to everyone.
This is food?
Aww.
You're still gonna feed it to everybody and tell them that you made it.
Yeah, exactly. And they're gonna be like,
It's pretty
like,
good.
how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know.
Is this Lichten's recipe?
No, I made it. Oh, it's like, but no, it's Lichten's recipe. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know you could bake. Nova, you never baked for me.
No. I gotta go.
All right. So, I had a great time tonight. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us back for our first session in season 2 of Numenera Remnant. We are all very glad to be back, and if my players disagree with that statement, then I don't know. Fuck you.
I'm so happy to be back.
I'm so happy to be here.
In any case, we will go ahead and go around, say where you can find us on the internet and what other stuff we're working on, and mention our favorite parts of the session before we go ahead and dip out. And I'm going to invoke GM privilege and say I don't have to go first, so someone else start talking.
I'll go first. I'm not afraid.
I am.
Hello. My name is Kappa. You might also know me as Christian in the TTRPG space and Twitter and all that stuff. You can find me on Twitter at the Kappa Chris. Look at the description. Sorry, the chat for link or whatever. I nerd out about random effect tables and other stuff. I'm currently in a few projects right now. So 5:30 p.m. Pacific, you can catch me here in Numenera playing Verve, the Ding Dang Sky Toucher. Sundays, you can catch me same channel, 1 p.m. Pacific, on Death's Keepers, where I play Echo, a tiefling who, is a little bit shady, but is trying his best. He's doing his best.
Who loves his mom.
Wednesdays, you can catch me on Kevin Kudo's Twitch channel, where we play D&D, but skinned for the Star Wars. It's a story campaign that takes place in between episodes 2 and 3 during the Clone Wars. It's a lot of fun. The first episode of Roads Uncharted Season 2 dropped yesterday. Unfortunately, my character isn't in the first episode. You have to wait a couple episodes for that to happen. But we've been recording for the past few months, and new episodes and new content are now finally dropping. So every Friday, you can expect to see that on Simplecast and anywhere else you can find podcasts. That's Roads Uncharted. Yeah, there's a few other things in the works, but you can find that stuff on Twitter. Again, Twitter at the Kappa Chris.
I can go next because mine's real short. Again, my name is Finley. Thank you for watching. I have missed being Nova. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at infernal_glow. And although I play in somehow 4 games a week, this is the only one that's streaming. So you can find me back here, same bat time, same bat channel, next week.
I'll go next.
You
Hi.
need to go first.
I do need
because there's a thing.
Yeah, I'll go first. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. Every Saturday, you can find me here at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. on Open for Adventure. I also stream games and TTRPGs on my own channel. Tomorrow morning I'll be doing Golden Sunday, where my husband and I just nerd out about Golden Sun while playing it and make silly voices and make all the you'll have nostalgia. I also have a schedule on my Twitch channel. Just go check it out. But the most important thing is 1 week from now, I think we decided on 1 p.m. Eastern, is the premiere of my Invisible Sun campaign on my channel called Secrets Beyond the Suns, and I will be game mastering that. Also, we didn't do favorite parts. Favorite part for me today was the fucking pudding conversation. It was great.
Finley, Kappa, do you have favorite parts?
Yeah, I've got one. I mean, a lot of really great things. I have like some sentimental favorites that I'll share later, but like my selfish favorite is that I often have RPG plans that fall through. So I just loved hitting something really hard. Yep, felt good.
My favorite part is finding out that Varl is growing up. Oh, Varl, I knew he could do it.
I was so happy.
My boy.
Our favorite himbo.
Head empty. Hi, I'm Seth. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at KillXJill, where I will occasionally post about, I don't know, whatever I feel like. Sometimes if I'm on Twitch, I'll be playing Divinity. Other times it is, I don't know, The Last of Us or Jurassic Park Evolution, which is super fun. I don't know. I just do what I want when I want to. And that includes, in addition to Numenera, I will also be in Mare's stream game for Invisible Sun over on their channel. That's at Mare Feather on Twitch, beginning next Saturday at noon Central. And I am super excited to be playing Zephyr, oh my god, what's my character sentence? Something. I don't know, I'm a weaver of some kind. I don't know. It's gonna be awesome. Check it out.
She's badass. She's real badass.
Zephyr's fucking cool. You should, and it's my first time doing a character voice too.
European.
So,
I just got the character intro today and I'm psyched.
Yay! I'm so glad. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening. That's basically kind of all I'm doing. So I guess that my favorite part would have to probably be like actually, being able to like use my nano abilities, and kind of have the culmination from all that shit from season 1 happen. So gonna say all of that.
That leaves me. So hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I had the distinct pleasure of being your GM tonight. When I'm not on here, you can find me on the same channel Sundays at 4 p.m. in the same game that Kappa mentioned. Death Keeper is a 5e D&D game in which I am a player and I play an Eladrin Sadness Paladin, and I have a great time doing it. You can find me on Twitter where I tweet about RPGs and a bunch of other fun things. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got going on right now. Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's see, favorite part of the session. My favorite part of the session was either coming back and hearing Finley say, "I stab." That was great. That was coming full circle. Or also watching my life flash before my eyes, not once but twice, while people were rolling on the chance moth table.
Oh my gosh.
Because literally as we were doing this, I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be fun if Rashiel or Verve ended up falling again? And what happened? But
we're indoors, so it's fine.
Anyway. Yeah, I think that's all we've got for today. So yeah, we will may not be here next week, but we'll get back to you on that one as soon as we know more.
Discount code.
And yeah, oh yeah, discount code. If you enjoyed watching this game tonight and you want to maybe have Numenera in your life, or you want to find out what this Invisible Sun thing is all about, which
yes, you do.
You do. It's so good.
There's a discount code that you can use on the online Monty Cook Games store, in which you can purchase Numenera or Invisible Sun or any of a bunch of other really cool, really fun RPGs. So yes, that is also something you can do if you found this setting or some
It
of
was
the
the wrong
things
way.
It's the wrong way.
Good chat.
to be,
I'm just doing what Seth does.
right. But,
There. Now I got my bases covered.
right. It's in a direction. But yeah, that's all we've got for tonight. I can't wait to see everybody next time.
And then the last.
What about the warm fuzzies?
Thank you,
What the-
Kappa.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
We don't.
I have the list up.
Oh,
Can you
good.
use? I have a
don't.
request for warm fuzzies. Kappa, can you use a different voice that's preset for each call out?
Sure.
I know you
Just
have
send me-
weird presets.
Yeah, send me that list and I'll do the warm fuzzies.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it to you right
Oh,
now.
I mean, we were all gonna do them together like usual, but I
Nope,
just wanted to hear like a
it's
different.
happening.
Okay, that's fine.
They're going
I'm
in
gonna
Nara
sit here.
chat. They are in Nara chat. Go for it, Kappa.
First up to bat, we have Belle Chavez.
Belle Chavez.
Next up, we have Christina.
Christina.
Who we got?
Deborah.
And I get L Street Gaming.
L Street Gaming.
L Street
L Street Gaming.
Rico.
Go.
Last but not least, we have
I don't know.
That one was scary. I don't like that one.
That one. And if you couldn't hear it, that's Strix. Thank
Strix.
you.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
Strix.
thank
Sorry
you.
about that, Strix. I
Thank you,
hit
Strix.
the weird
Thank
button.
you, Strix, who recently had a birthday a couple days ago. So happy belated birthday.
Hey,
Happy belated.
go Strix. Happy birthday.
I think that's everything right now. Yes? Are we missing anything? All right, so we'll
Have a good night.
Good night. We'll keep you all updated about next week. Have a lovely evening. Bye.